Scenes of traffic officers and men in plain clothes arresting Boda Boda riders and taking their motorcycles are all too common, especially at traffic junctions. Unlike traffic operations that involve vehicles, police rarely gives riders advance warnings of its operations. In March this year, Kenneth Kansime was arrested and charged with reckless riding for not having a helmet.
Umutwe oluso ojambala n'owulira ogikoye ng'ekuzitwalidde ku mutwe. Bankubye receipt gye bayita careless driving ya mitwalo 10.
For 5 months, Kansime did not have the money to retrieve his motorcycle, which had joined hundreds of others rotting at the Central Police Station yard in Kampala. Some of these motorcycles are exhibits in criminal cases. However, the majority are involved in traffic offences, such as transporting 2 passengers or riding without a permit, which attract fines ranging from 40,000 to 200,000 shillings. A number of these motorcycles have been abandoned by their owners.
We shall ask you to bring the logbook, your national ID, and we see. Of course, there are those who say the motorcycles are we are riding it on loan.
However, Boda Boda riders now claim that traffic operations against them are enriching an extortionist racket within the police.
The charges you find there are higher than the original cost of the motorcycle. You see, you must pay a fine that goes to about 1 million, between 700 and 1 million. Even if you clear everything, you must find some policeman who has the keys. Who has the keys to those chains that lock up people's motorcycles, and that person also charges you. Minus that, there is a broker at police.
For those who cannot afford to retrieve their motorcycles, the longer they are exposed to the elements, the more they depreciate in value.
Sokera mugala gye basooka gikanika ne bagitereeza okimanyi oluusi ne ssente tezibaawo bajja kukolamu butinitini bwe banaba bakozeewo ntandike nkola akolerekawo then bwe nazifuna nja kuddamu ngitereeze bulungi.
On average, in Kampala, a Boda Boda motorcycle earns its rider 40,000 shillings every day. Now, some of these motorcycles have been here for more than 3 years. In that time, if they were on the road, they would have earned their riders over 40 million shillings. Is police depriving people of employment by keeping these motorcycles in its yard?
Yes, we want Ugandans to work. But you should work in an environment where you respect the law.
Every 6 months, some motorcycles are auctioned off and the proceeds are shared between the police, the court brokers and the auctioneers. Kankaka claims some police officers sell the motorbikes to themselves.
Actually, they are the biggest dealers of motorcycle spare parts in town, and they sell the motorcycle to either Katwe or Chiseka or Rundeba. So, majority of the motorcycles you are seeing at police, even if you go there and pick one now, they are missing. There are certain parts of the motorcycles that are missing.
For their part, cyclists accuse traffic officers of focusing more on the money accruing from impounding their motorcycles than enforcing traffic rules.
Bayinza okukwata element naye pikipiki waliwo bw'ogijja ku CPS element bakola ki tebagikusaba tinamaplate mpanike pikipiki okuva ku CPS wali sanamaplate bakuwa eki.
In other parts of the country, the police yards are teeming with abandoned motorcycles.
What happens is when they get involved in road accidents, the owners, they never follow up these motorcycles. Some of them don't even have agreements on which they bought these motorcycles. And we even suspect that some of these motorcycles can even be the ones that are stolen from other areas.
The owners of some of these motorcycles that are involved in accidents abandon them intentionally, knowing that they might have caused severe damage to the other party.
Despite the concerns, the cycle of operations that arrest and impound these motorcycles continues, while the cyclists struggle to keep up with the costs or leave them to rot at the police stations. Gillian Nantume, NTV.